RIN TV coverage of the 2015 NRRA Conference is brought to you by the National Risk Retention Association. With all the regulation, legislation, and taxation affecting insurance these days, it does appear that the industry is getting more complicated. We spoke with Nancy Gray about the challenges she sees during the recent NRRA annual conference in Chicago, particularly for small companies. She's Regional Managing Director at Aon Insurance Managers and had this to say.
The insurance industry in general is getting more complicated, and it's not a matter of the insurance industry as opposed to insurance risk are getting more complicated. 10 years ago, we never talked about cyber risk, and so there continues to be these new emerging type risks. As a result, the insurance industry needs to be able to respond to these new emerging risks. Challenges for risk retention group really are twofold right now. We are in a soft market condition, so right now there's availability of coverage for many of the risk retention group insureds, and for them it's retaining those members in the risk retention group. And through demonstrating value and brand loyalty, they can retain the members through extended soft market conditions. The other challenge is increased regulation. We continue to see the facts that the states are continuing and the NEIC is continuing to look at risk retention groups, and they need to understand how to respond to the additional corporate governance that's required of the various groups. NRRA's value proposition is really providing that unified voice for the industry. 10 years ago, we didn't have the same number of captive domiciles that allowed for risk retention groups. Regulation continues to increase, so it's an ever-changing marketplace for the industry. And NRRA is always willing to respond, whatever the need is for the industry, to ensure that it's continuing to be a strong industry, it continues to be responsive to the needs of the individual risk retention groups, and is always available to provide that assistance and guidance.
For more coverage of the 2015 NRRA Conference, visit the RIN TV On Demand Library.